This new landmark agreement has granted all national NHL Canadian media rights to Rogers. More games, every platform in this digital technology-driven age.
It's a magical day. It's a game changer for the way Canadians will watch this great game of ours. And we look forward to a whole new experience to Canadians. It will be the NHL like never before.
That was Gary Bettman and Rogers president Keith Pelly discussing the biggest sports media deal in Canadian history. For insight on what this means for the viewers, we go to Stephen Brunt at our Sportsnet studios in Toronto. On the day this deal was done, the Globe and Mail was reporting CBC was in the driver's seat. When did you know the deal was going to Rogers, and why did the NHL pick our network, Stephen?
Well, I think I knew the deal was going to Rogers when I woke up the morning of and heard the news. I wasn't there tuned into a Twitter feed at 2 a.m. like some people were and heard it then. But it was shocking to a lot of people. I was surprised. Maybe shocked would be too strong for a word, but I was certainly surprised. And I think what the National Hockey League has done is link up with a media company that offers them an enormous number of platforms that, in terms of future communications and future delivery, is going to be cutting edge and is obviously going to pay them an enormous amount of money for the next 12 seasons. So they have security, they have long-term security, they have a media partner that is going to innovate and is going to do different things than have been done in the past. And from Rogers' point of view, obviously it's a game changer as well for Sportsnet and for City.
Yeah, per capita, it's one of the biggest sports broadcasting deals in professional sports. Will Rogers recoup this investment?
Well, that's what they tell me. I hope for our sake they do. But that's what they tell me, that this deal is meant to be to generate a profit, and that it will generate a profit in its first year. It's hard to figure out how that's going to work and how they're going to use all of these platforms to generate income to make the money to pay for it. But I think one of the things we have to do is to try and imagine what the environment, what broadcasting is going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 6 years from now, 12 years from now. We're at a revolutionary moment where it's not about people, by and large, sitting around and watching television in the conventional sense. More and more people are going to be consuming hockey and everything else on a tablet or on a phone. And sports, people have a huge affinity for sports. They want to watch it live. They have emotional attachment to the teams. So that's why that content has an enormous amount of value in this very quickly changing environment.
Now, CBC and TSN are shaking their heads, I guess, at this, but Rogers, this is huge. I mean, what does it mean for Rogers and our Sportsnet brand?
Well, yes, Sportsnet has always been, and I'm standing in the Sportsnet newsroom right now, we have always been the plucky underdogs. TSN had a huge head start on us. There's a lot of brand loyalty, a lot of habit, and they did a lot of very good things. So we've always been number two, and but been closing that gap pretty significantly, especially in the last year or two. But what this does in one deal, in one moment, with one stroke of the pen, is it turns that upside down.
All right, Stephen, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Wilder.